So, a little addendum on that last video. I'm reminded of some famous physicist who was teaching a class in nuclear physics, because, you know, that's what he knew. And this student turns in a paper on mathematical nuclear physics, and the guy replies, "This answer isn't even wrong." You know? Like, what I'm worried about in terms of Dianetics, the modern science of mental health, is that the answer just isn't even wrong. It's not a complete hypothesis. Especially if what he's doing is supposed to be an engineering science. It's not even a complete theory. It's not even wrong. It's incomplete. You know, let's take Hubbard's favorite analogy, a bridge. Engineering science on how to build a bridge, you know. One engineer says to another engineer, "How's this bridge work?" Who knows when this would be, but, first engineer, the one that built the bridge, says, "Oh, darn thing works on pneumatics, this new thing, pneumatics." So there are situations where you would explain, like, how the darn thing's supposed to work. You know? Like, hey, yeah, you know, there's another thing where Hubbard never gets any credit. You know, one. Okay, you could totally, I've seen a psychoanalyst who praised Hubbard as, you know, the state of the art in abreaction therapy. Okay, but there's this whole other part of the theory, which is about how words are not understood by a reactive portion of the brain. That's what an engram is, you know, or what makes engrams particularly aberrative in humans. That's brilliant theory. That's brilliant theory, and nobody's ever given him any credit for that. How do these freaking critics sleep at night, man? You know? How do these people sleep at night? But it's still an incomplete theory because, you know, he doesn't posit a hypothesis even. I can totally understand some of the things he doesn't even, you know, he's like, you know, I can understand most of the time when he says, "Hey, man, I don't know everything. I wasn't there. You know, we got this thing. It seems to work. Here's, you know, just sort of jotting off the top of my head," which is basically the attitude he takes. Jotting off the top of my head, here's a way it could work. Okay, yeah, but, okay, I can understand that attitude. I can understand, you know, I think that the theory of how the reactive mind posited in Dianetics is, in fact, utterly brilliant. He talks about cells. It's even possibly utterly brilliant that he doesn't talk a lot about neurons, but discusses cells themselves. Like, if Dianetics is true, that could be utterly brilliant. But what we have here, what I'm saying is, as far as I know, what we have here is a theory or a hypothesis that isn't even complete. This theory isn't even wrong. It's unfinished. You know, the skeptics are such asswipes because what they want is they want to see those 100 cases. They probably want a lot more than that. They want complete control of Dianetics. Don't let the street scum have access to this, just like Hubbard says, all that crap. So that's not what I'm talking about. It's just an incomplete theory. An engineer would have an engineer using an engineering science to build a bridge would have to be able to explain to another engineer about some new technology he was using to build a bridge, if the other engineer was unfamiliar with the new technology under discussion. This answer isn't even wrong. Thank you. Have a nice day.